powering through the sections with soundbite quality precision. Original manuals of Noble Ape, find a section, read from it. This is the land, existence, and time. Now, people have heroes, intellectual heroes that they respect and look up to, and certainly if there was such an intellectual hero for Noble Ape, it would have been Bertrand Russell. Now, Bertrand Russell died a long time ago, fascinating man, well worth reading about Bertrand Russell, but let me read this in my Sunday morning unable to read state. The majority of the metaphilosophy of the project was inspired by the 8th lecture of Bertrand Russell in Gordon Square, London, in the first months of 1918. Can you take your mind back to 1918? Prior to Nazism, prior to the Second World War, prior to the atomic age, prior to Nixon and all this other stuff, you have Bertrand Russell in 1918. 1918 for me is visceral. It smells like leather. It smells like gun oil. It has a series of smells to it. Probably tobacco, thick in the air, no doubt. Anyway, in the first months of 1918, excises into metaphysics what there is. These lectures are known collectively as the philosophy of logical atomism. For the record, I came to these lectures well after beginning my arguments and programming. The total agreement of this lecture with my approach for the Noble Ape application made me feel that this simulation would not only be possible, but a plausible means of simulating a rational desire creation theory. So I recorded a video previously associated with matches in the universe that you're kind of pulling together, shared matches, and creating notions of identity from this. That's basically distilling down. I mean, it's readable, actually. I mean, that was the thing about Bertrand Russell. He made all his stuff accessible, hence Turtles all the way down. And my view is I've spent a lifetime looking for Bertrand Russell. This generation's Bertrand Russell. That has been my aim, my goal for, aside from Noble Ape and all this other stuff I've done, I've been really interested in trying to find this generation, or even next generation, or even the prior generation's Bertrand Russell. Very difficult, very hard person to recreate in modern discourse because the guy was a polymath, which just doesn't seem to exist in any meaningful discourse anymore. You've got, biologists claiming to be deity analysts. I mean, you got a wide variety of folk that are slightly outside their comfort zone, talking about a wide variety of things and falling into a wide variety of strange paradoxical errors. Not Bertrand Russell. Bertrand Russell for me is like an intellectual superhero. I have a few of them. But yeah, Bertrand Russell is certainly one of them. Certainly a gentleman that I look up to, not necessarily aspire to be, because obviously I've had no path anywhere close to Bertrand Russell's, but I've certainly tried to find the Bertrand Russell for the 2000s, 2010s, the 90s, trying to find that Bertrand Russell guy or girl or entity, could be a computer simulation for all we know. And yeah, I had absolutely no luck finding Bertrand Russell of my generation. I think he is someone who is quintessentially framed in the period of time that he existed. And that is something that is well worth thinking about, because who can be framed in the period of time that we exist now? Like, what kind of entity can exist in this? And obviously, a lot of this is propaganda. Like, I'm sure the pro-Russellian propagandists came out in full force, particularly after his death, expunged a wide variety of stuff. I'm no idealist in that sense. I mean, my view is, yeah, obviously Bertrand Russell was full of foibles and various other kinds of strange things. But in terms of Noble Ape, if there was a philosopher, if there was a thinker that was behind this, it was Bertrand Russell in 1918. So that is that.